So recently I was having a conversation with a new real estate agent, and she was telling me that she really wants to start utilizing video marketing for her business, but she just doesn't feel qualified to because she's a new agent. She doesn't feel qualified to start coming on video and talking about real estate. And maybe you watching this, maybe you're in that boat or a similar situation. Maybe you're a newer agent and you haven't sold all that many houses yet. Maybe you've never even sold a single house yet. No matter where you are in your real estate journey, I truly believe that video marketing is one of the best tools you can start doing for your business consistently. And if you're a brand new agent and you don't feel qualified, that is exactly why you need to start doing it. And I think by the end of the video today, you are going to understand why. The last point is something that every agent should consistently be reminding themselves of, no matter if they are new or not. So be sure to stay tuned until the very end today. You are not going to want to miss anything. But first, if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me in my vehicle on this beautiful, beautiful day. My name is Mariah, and I'm a real estate agent in the beautiful state of Oregon. If you are a realtor with a client relocating to Oregon or just needing an agent in Oregon, send them my way. I'd love to give you a referral fee. And on this channel, I come on here every single week sharing what's going on in my business and life and what I'm learning, how I'm scaling my business, ways I've found to make more while working less in my business, and just, scale my business, I guess, in general, and things that I hope will add value to your life as well. So if you have not already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. I am actually on my way to film some video marketing content for my real estate business myself. Video marketing is not how I started my real estate business. I started out cold calling. I got my license back in 2015, right out of high school, and my first clients for the first years in my business, they all came from cold calling, old school, for sale by owners mostly, some expired listings. I dabbled into door knocking as well, but for sale by owners was really where my business came from. I really, really believe in video marketing for your business. And honestly, if you're not a real estate agent, I hope some of these tips apply to you as well. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. Let's start a conversation over there. I love chatting with you guys. Let me know if you are a real estate agent, if you are, what market you're in. If you're not a realtor, what industry are you in? As I was saying, I am such a firm believer in video marketing because I have seen it has allowed me to scale my business so much, to pull back so much in my business. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know I love the book, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. I've read it many, many times, and I've truly been very intentional to apply. Obviously, not all those things can apply to real estate, but apply as many of those principles that book teaches as possible into my real estate business. And that's just a lot of the things that we talk about on this channel. I am such a fan of and just believer in video marketing for your business, especially your real estate business, because I have seen how video marketing has allowed me to go from where my day looked like driving from house to house, town to town, being gone all day long as a new real estate agent, so much work working with for sale by owners, to now getting to batch film, getting to basically stay home with my daughter and be with her, and then just take little pockets of time when I have them to batch record, batch write scripts, whatever I need to do for video marketing. I can do it in batches in my own time. The clients I get from video marketing are so much more conducive to my life now. Working with them, a lot of them I'm working with remotely, so we're doing lots of virtual tours. They're not even usually here in person. Basically, what I'm trying to say is doing video marketing has changed my business entirely. And I've done a lot of other videos where I go more in depth on that on my channel. So if you want more in-depth videos about that, head over to my channel after this video. You can find those over there. Today, I just wanted to share a handful of reasons why I truly do believe that video marketing is something you should be doing regardless of if you're a new agent or not. But actually, if you are a new agent, I feel like you have even more reason to need to be doing it. And this is why. What we're going to be sharing is why. I have my beverage. I asked ChatGPT to make me a drink order for a low calorie but still sweet and delicious and yummy and creamy Starbucks drink. So the drink recommendation that Chat made me was a grande iced. It doesn't look very good. It looked good when I first got it, guys. Sundae iced decaf Americano with light almond milk and sweet vanilla cold foam on top. And it's been pretty good. So grab your beverage of choice and let's get into it. If you don't feel confident about talking about the housing market or the home buying process, for example, then doing the work to actually research and learn and get to know those topics, and then forcing yourself to articulate those things that you learned about the housing market or the home buying process, for example, on camera, is honestly gonna be the best way for you to learn, the fastest way for you to learn. These are things that you're gonna want to be learning anyway for your clients. These are things that you are going to want to sound like an expert in when you meet your new buyer at a house, or you're on a listing appointment, or talking to someone, someone asks you, how's the market? They know you're in real estate. These are things that you're gonna want to know how to talk about anyway. There is literally no better way to learn how to talk about a topic than to just force yourself to learn what you can about it and then start messy, and then in a messy way, so it's gonna be messy and uncomfortable and probably pretty bad at first, but that's okay. Just the best you can, articulate it on camera. There is no better way to actually learn about the housing market and the home buying process than to do that. So that is reason number one. If you really are not ready to dive into more complex topics like the housing market or the home buying process yet, which you should be working on being able to talk about anyway, but if you are not quite ready to hop on camera and start talking about those things, you should be able to talk about where you live, whether you have had a closing yet or not. There's really no reason not to be able to do those type of videos, which absolutely do bring you clients. We all know back when I started doing these type of videos on my other YouTube channel, it's called Oregon Homes with Mariah Vetress Crawford. If you want to go check it out, subscribe over there, follow along, steal any ideas. Feel free to rip off and duplicate, steal any of my ideas and use them in your market, or you can just go over there to get a glimpse at how beautiful Oregon is and see what it's like living in the area, because I've been doing a lot of fun little vlogs, taking you guys with me to some really cool, beautiful places in Oregon over there as well. But when I started that YouTube channel that brings me my clients about living in, buying real estate in, and moving to my area in Oregon, when I first started it, no real estate agents were doing this, at least in my area. I'm sure there were others in bigger markets, but where I'm at, nobody was doing them yet. And now my market, and I'm sure your market, is pretty saturated. A lot of agents are doing it. I'm definitely not getting 100% market share anymore. There's tons of agents trying to do this as well. Share your story. My story is I've lived here my whole life. I have my own reasons why I like living where I do, but maybe you just relocated to your town, and so you can speak from your perspective as to what it was like moving here, what you wish you knew when you moved here. No matter what your story is as far as why you live where you live, you can talk about it on YouTube and it can bring you real estate clients. So even if you've never sold a house, those are videos that you can absolutely start making today as a real estate agent to get clients. People are always going to be curious, what is it like to live in your town? What is the cost of living? What are the pros and cons? You don't have to be a top producer to be able to talk about those things. You live there, so I'm sure you already know about it enough to make a YouTube video about it, or a handful of YouTube videos, that is, because one video obviously isn't going to bring you any business. This has to be a consistent thing. After I film this video for you guys, I am on my way to film 3 different houses. I'm making a video called what does $500,000 actually get you in my town that I live in Oregon, or something like that. And so I'm going to take you with me to 3 different houses. I don't even have to get out of the car because I'm not going inside of these houses. I'm just showing the outside of the home. I'm going to talk a little bit and show my face about buying in my area, moving to my area, and then I'll share a little bit about the neighborhoods, the different neighborhoods that the houses are in and why people like it. And I don't have to spend time coming up with a script or anything like that, because this is stuff I know. I live here. I know about the neighborhoods. I sell real estate here. However, if you are a new agent and you don't really know much about the different neighborhoods in your town yet, that's okay too. This is going to be an important thing for you to learn, and something that's going to be a really important this is just going to be important knowledge for you to know for your clients anyway. So there's really no downside in doing these videos, but just start with what you feel comfortable talking about. When I was a brand new real estate agent, and I was way less qualified than you who asked me this question and you watching this video. I was 18 when I was a new agent, never had bought a house myself. And yeah, I was definitely less qualified than you, whoever is watching this video. I still showed up and made videos for buyers and sellers sharing real estate tips. And the reason is because, sorry, the camera is so shaky, guys. If you don't like the shakiness, you can listen over on Spotify with the link below. Subscribe over there as well. The reason why, though, I still showed up and like what I constantly reminded myself and to like get rid of this imposter syndrome in real estate when you're new was I am still an expert. I'm still a local expert and I still want to be a local resource because I have my real estate license. Did you know that the definition of an expert is knowing like 10% more than the average human about a topic or something like that? Like the average person has not been to real estate school, and I guarantee if you've gone to real estate school, no matter if you've sold a house yet or not, you know more than the general public about real estate and buying and selling real estate and the housing market and all of that. I guarantee you do. So therefore you are an expert. Just remind yourself, you've gone through the schooling, you've got the licensing, you are the local expert because you know more than the average person, and that's all it takes to be considered an expert in something. So you're not an imposter, you're an expert. You don't need to be a top producer yet to be helpful. You just need to show up and share what you're learning as you're learning. I remember one video I made, one of the first videos I made when I first started utilizing video content for my business was I sat in my car like I am right now, different car back then, and I shared what I had just learned in a training. I just left a training class from my brokerage about home inspections, and it was all new to me. Like I'd never been to a home inspection myself, knew nothing about home inspections being 18, but it was pretty exciting news to me because it was something new and I was excited to have learned it. So I literally took out my phone camera like I am right now on my phone camera, and I just shared what I just learned in the class, and boom, it was helpful to people. Definitely more than my peers, like anyone my age at the time, the general public, knew about home inspections. So I guarantee you have more knowledge to share than you really think. Share as you're learning. You don't have to share as this huge expert. You can literally share as you're learning yourself as well. That's totally fine too. Lean into your brokerage training for inspiration. At my brokerage, Real Broker, we have amazing training calls and masterminds on topics like mastering the market as a new agent or, YouTube for realtors. There's plenty of ideas like this. Lean into your brokerage's training. And if your brokerage does not have training or good training, because what I found is most brokerages do not have good training on using video marketing, especially YouTube, but any video marketing for your business, then you can use my brokerages. You don't have to be with Real Broker. By the way, if you're curious, if you're like, what's Real Broker? Why is this relevant? I won't share too much about Real Broker here, but I will just say I was with the same brick and mortar brokerage my entire career for about 8 years until about 2 years ago I switched to Real Broker after saying I would never switch brokerages, and I would especially never join a cloud-based brokerage. I hated them, but I was so wrong, and I'm so glad I did. And one of the many, many reasons I switched to Real was because all of these agents that I already watched online that were having these huge personal brands, some of them smaller personal brands like mine, but still consistent, strong, lucrative, because it doesn't have to be big to be making you money and bringing you clients. But big or just lucrative personal brands that I followed in real estate were all switching to Real, and I wanted to know why. All of them, like I'm literally telling you, they were all moving to Real Broker. And Real Broker has the best training when it comes to video marketing or YouTube marketing. If you want to be utilizing social media marketing for your business, you have to be at Real. You've got to be there. But if you're curious about it, I have an entire playlist on my channel called like Real Broker Explained or something. Go to my channel after this video and find that. But even if you're not with Real Broker, you can take advantage of Real Broker's training. You can't listen to the videos after, but you can join the masterminds live. So I will share with you a link. If you shoot me an email, my email's in the description. I will share with you the training, the mastermind training for Real Broker. You can join live and take advantage of this amazing training. This guy was just standing like literally right by my window, smoking a cigarette and like staring at me through the window. It's 2025, guys. It shouldn't be that weird to film a video in your car. Anyway, as I was saying, you don't need to be with Real to join the masterminds live. You only have to be with Real to join, to like listen back after the matter. So if you want that, send me an email. My email's in the description, and just let me know you want the link to the training at Real Broker, and I'll send it to you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, if you got value from it, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down button. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what market you're watching from, and I'll see you guys next time.